Hey guys, welcome back to Coptool. I'm Rob, alongside me is Sarah, and this is what happened this week in the world of power tools.
We come back from Hilti and end up in Mexico.
It's such a slow tool news week, we turn to a gadget blogger to tell us about a cultivator.
Those stories and more coming up next.
This is your Coptool Week in Review. Last week, Sarah and I had the pleasure of visiting Texas for the Hilti Innovation Day 2019, where we learned about a whole slew
A plethora
of new Hilti tools, including a new 3/4 inch impact wrench, a pipe press, and a cool new concrete saw. We spent the event hanging out with the likes of Joe, Murray, Eric, Paul, and most importantly, Paul's beautiful wife, Mrs. Tool Pig. So, what did we learn?
That Hilti has several awesome new products?
Okay. Why not? You can find all of our Hilti coverage in our Hilti Innovation Day playlist on YouTube.
The guys at Workshop Addict decided to review a dark gray C6 Corvette this week.
Sarah, they didn't review the Corvette.
Yeah, they did. Just look at her.
Sarah, they reviewed the new Craftsman electric mower.
I don't think so. They love the blade speed and lift and couldn't stop talking about the quality of the cut and excellent bagging.
Those are all mower Sarah?
I don't know where it's going.
She's
They
so...
would
What
Stanley
the-
Black & Decker stuff, in my
How
opinion,
did you-
because that's going to be...
You know what? Let's just not think about that for too long. Check it all out at Workshop Addict on YouTube. As long as we're out in the yard, we might as well enter the tool review zone, where Clint decided it was time to take another look at the Milwaukee string trimmer. If you don't have time to watch this typically informative video, you can just read the thumbnail. And that about does it.
Okay, one last OPE clip. It was a crazy slow tool review week, so we had to get our next clip from Merrick Saw, who typically reviews tech gadgets. This week, he expanded his already large Ego collection with the purchase of their new cultivator attachment for the Ego Powerhead. Now, this compact collection of steel teeth turned out to be excellent at, well, cultivating. His only complaint was the 22-pound weight with the combined powerhead and the battery, although he found a solution for that with a simple strap. If you like the skill to till, you should be checking out Merrick Saw 78 on YouTube.
Man, this episode's getting weird, but I know how to fix that. It's time we did some actual work with Rob Robillard. Rob? Rob. There you go. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Rob, Sarah. End of the day, time to clean up. Rob, how do you keep your hands so clean and nice?
Ha ha.
I struggle with it. I use lava soap still use lava soap. It works great, keeps the hands clean. It's not really a tip. Probably a tip would be to wear rubber gloves if you're working with grease, but I don't always wear gloves, so I end up using lava soap and good old fingernail brush when at the end of the day to keep clean. And having a slop sink in the basement on the way in so I can take my dirty clothes, change, and clean up before I go upstairs in the house is always a plus. Anyway, Rob, tell me your beauty secrets.
Okay, first of all, I'll have you know my hands get dirty too.
From Cheetos.
It doesn't matter, still counts. Drywall Nation got their hands on a new set of DeWalt skimming blades, which to someone who's never seen one before, looks like a 48-inch long squeegee. I'm not gonna lie, I suddenly want to be a drywaller. But if you're still on the fence, you can learn everything you need to know at Drywall Nation on YouTube.
While we were at the Hilti event last week, we made several new friends, including Jair, whose YouTube channel features tool reviews and a ton of wood and metalworking projects. Why had I not heard of him before? Well, because his content is created in Mexico and presented in Spanish. For my project of the week, we're watching him build a dining table with a butcher block top and simple yet beautiful set of steel legs. Unfortunately, I don't speak Spanish, so I have no idea what Jair is saying. But fortunately for me, he speaks with his hands in the universal maker language. Spanish or not, you should really check out Jair Dominguez on YouTube.
Thank you, Sarah. It's that time again to stop being entertained and start learning.
Hey.
It's time for Construction Junk with Shane.
Welcome back to Construction Junk. Here's what's happening in the news. Now, I have a more serious story to talk about this week, but I want to share about it because I think it's a really important topic. So in March of 2018, an absolutely horrific pedestrian bridge collapse in Florida took the lives of 6 people and injured several others. Many investigations and lawsuits are still ongoing after the incident, but OSHA has released their official report after a 14-month-long investigation. OSHA's report concluded that the engineer of record should have known that the bridge was at risk of collapsing when the bridge was inspected just hours before the collapse, and should have ordered the streets below to be closed and the bridge to be shored. The report also stated that the bridge had structural design issues that contributed to the collapse. The design build contractor and a third-party inspector were also blamed for not exercising their own independent professional judgment to prevent the collapse from happening. To find the full OSHA report and other stories about the construction industry, visit constructionjunkie.com.
It's Instagram time, and this week we start off with Murray from Kruger Construction, who drank an extra large Tim Hortons coffee and demoed his porch at warp speed. Fortunately, the new Bosch 8 amp hour core battery could keep up. You gotta love those 21,700 cells.
It was a sad day on the pig farm this week. Mrs. Tool Pig bought Paul his first shop vac many years ago, but when she brought it onto the job site this week, it's now in the big shop in the sky. You can send your condolences to Tool Pig on Instagram.
Joe the Canadian carpenter finally pushed his skill saw carpentry chainsaw to its full potential, cutting down all of his joists at once. Why does skill saw make such terrifying saws?
And last of all, we stumbled upon a post by Rigid this week where they asked plumbers, where do you stand on flushable wipes? So as it turns out, these things like ruin plumbing, and they cost homeowners thousands of dollars in repairs. So they were essentially asking plumbers, so do you teach people not to use these things, or are you gladly silent because they make you money? That question felt pretty crappy to us. And then right in the middle of several celebrating plumbers, we saw this response from the OG plum god. Integrity over profits. That, my friends, is what a plum god looks like. Respect, sir.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it kind of is. You know what? I think that should be our discussion point this week. So on Facebook and YouTube, underneath these videos, we want you guys to tell us of any point in your profession where you chose integrity over profits. Because I think that's a cool story. Like honestly, that was, especially in front of his peers.
Yeah.
When a lot of other guys are like, sweet, putting my kids through college because these people are stupid and flushing things on the toilet they shouldn't. For him to stand up and just say, no, integrity over profit. I thought that was kind of amazing. So I have no integrity here at Coptool at all. So I'm gonna try to live vicariously through the rest of you. So if you have an example in your profession where you choose integrity over profits, we'd love to hear it.
Thank you, Ohio Power Tool, for sponsoring this week. And guys, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss a thing.
We'll see you next week.